Greetings, seekers of serenity and guardians of the mind. As the chapters of life unfold past 65, a subtle, often unseen adversary can begin to cast a shadow: anxiety. It whispers doubts, steals sleep, and more insidiously can erode the very foundation of our precious brain health. But what if I told you there are forgotten pathways, ancient techniques, waiting to be rediscovered within you? What if the key to unlocking a calmer mind and a sharper memory lies not in complex remedies, but in profound simplicity? Join us as we journey into the enigmatic world of inner resilience, unveiling three potent techniques that can transform the landscape of your later years. Meet Eleanor, a vibrant soul navigating the complexities of her golden years. For too long, the tendrils of anxiety had tightened their grip, leaving her restless, forgetful, and increasingly withdrawn. She felt a fog descending, an unwelcome guest in her own mind. Her days were shadowed by what-if scenarios, and her nights were battles against a racing heart. Eleanor's story is not unique. It echoes the silent struggles of countless individuals over 65. But her journey is also one of profound discovery, a testament to the power of hidden wisdom. In this deep dive, we'll walk with Eleanor, exploring how these three techniques began to lift the veil, revealing a clearer, more vibrant path forward, protecting not just her peace of mind, but the very essence of her cognitive vitality.
Our first ancient secret lies within the very rhythm of life itself: your breath. It's not just an automatic function, it's a direct, powerful, and often overlooked pathway to calming the tempest within. For seniors, a lifetime of habits can lead to shallow, chest-level breathing, exacerbating anxiety and starving the brain of optimal oxygen. But there's a deeper, more profound way to breathe, a labyrinth of calm waiting to be explored. This is diaphragmatic breathing, often called belly breathing. When you engage your diaphragm, a crucial muscle beneath your lungs, you activate the vagus nerve, a direct line to your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest commander. This immediately signals your brain to reduce the production of cortisol, the notorious stress hormone, and instead promotes neurotransmitters like GABA, which has a calming effect. Imagine a subtle internal dialogue where your breath speaks directly to your brain, whispering, "All is well." Eleanor, for years, had felt a constant knot in her stomach, a physical manifestation of her worries. Her breathing was quick, shallow, almost imperceptible. When first introduced to mindful breathing, she was skeptical. Just breathe, she thought? How can something so simple combat decades of worry? Her initial attempts were awkward, her stomach barely moving. Yet, with gentle persistence, guided by a simple instruction to place her hand on her belly, she began to feel a subtle expansion, a deeper intake of air. One evening, caught in a spiral of worry about an upcoming doctor's appointment, she remembered the technique: 5 slow, deep breaths. To her astonishment, the knot loosened. The racing thoughts slowed. It wasn't a miracle, but a revelation, a hidden power she'd always possessed. To truly master this hidden art, we can delve deeper. Consider box breathing, a rhythmic practice used by elite forces for maintaining composure under pressure. Inhale slowly for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. This structured approach helps regulate your heart rate and sharpens focus. Another potent variation is the 4-7-8 breathing technique, a natural tranquilizer. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold your breath for 7 counts, and then exhale completely through your mouth with a whoosh sound for 8 counts. This method is particularly effective for unwinding before sleep or during moments of acute stress. Integrate these practices into the fabric of your daily life, making them your secret rituals. Before answering the phone, waiting for your tea to brew, or during commercial breaks, these are micro moments to reclaim your calm. However, even in simplicity, pitfalls exist. A common mistake is shallow chest breathing, where only the upper chest moves. This perpetuates the fight or flight response. Focus on feeling your belly rise and fall. Another error is overforcing the breath, trying too hard to achieve a deep breath, which can create tension. Allow the breath to flow naturally, gently expanding your abdomen. Finally, don't fall into the trap of expecting instant zen. Mindful breathing is a practice, a journey of gradual awareness, not an immediate cure. Be patient with yourself, observe the subtle shifts, and trust the process of this profound internal dialogue.
Our second revelation unveils the power of your inner narrative. For many over 65, the mind can become a scroll filled with what-if scenarios, anxieties about health, finances, or independence. These are often automatic negative thoughts, or ants, that if left unchallenged can etch deep grooves into our brain's pathways, fueling chronic anxiety. But what if you could rewrite that scroll? What if you could consciously shift your perspective? Not to deny reality, but to find hidden strengths and overlooked blessings. This is the essence of cognitive reframing and gratitude journaling. Cognitive reframing is the art of challenging those ants. It's about questioning the validity of your worries. Instead of accepting "what if I fall" as an inevitable doom, you might reframe it to "I will be mindful of my steps and I have a strong support system." It's not about being naive, but about shifting from catastrophic thinking to realistic coping mechanisms. Paired with this, gratitude journaling acts as a powerful counterbalance. It's not just listing things you're thankful for, it's about deeply reflecting on why you're grateful, cultivating a lens of appreciation that actively rewires your brain. This practice has been shown to boost dopamine and serotonin, the brain's feel-good chemicals, effectively counteracting the stress response. Eleanor had lived with a constant hum of worry. Her thoughts were a tangled web of what-ifs. What if I forget to turn off the stove? What if my memory gets worse? What if I become a burden? The idea of rewriting her thoughts seemed almost magical, too good to be true. She started with a small, unassuming notebook. Initially, her gratitude entries felt forced, superficial. But she persisted, encouraged by the video's mysterious promise of inner transformation. Slowly, she began to notice the small, everyday miracles, the warmth of her morning tea, the comfort of her favorite armchair, a kind word from a neighbor. One day, she caught herself mid-spiral, worrying about a forgotten item. Instead of letting the anxiety consume her, she paused. "What's the most likely outcome?" she asked herself. "I'll remember it later, or I'll manage without." The shift was subtle, but profound. The scroll of her mind was slowly, deliberately being rewritten. To deepen this transformative practice, consider the worst-case scenario challenge. When a worry takes hold, ask yourself, what's the absolute worst that could happen? Then immediately follow with, what's the most likely outcome? And how would I cope if the worst did happen?
You'll often find the worst case is highly improbable and you have more resilience than you think. Another powerful exercise is the 3 good things ritual before bed. Each night, jot down 3 specific good things that happened that day, no matter how small, and briefly explain why they happened. This trains your brain to actively seek out positivity. For a sensory experience, try a gratitude walk. As you move, consciously look for things to appreciate in your environment. The intricate pattern of a leaf, the sound of bird song, the warmth of the sun. Avoid these common missteps. Firstly, dismissing valid concerns as mere negative thoughts. Reframing is about constructive problem solving, not ignoring real issues. Secondly, superficial gratitude, simply listing items without genuine reflection. The why is crucial. Thirdly, expecting instant happiness. This is a gradual cultivation of a new perspective, not a switch. And finally, self-blame for having negative thoughts. Observe them without judgment, then choose to reframe.
Our final secret reveals an undeniable truth. The mind and body are inextricably linked. For those over 65, the natural inclination might be to become less active, fearing injury or simply lacking motivation. Yet within gentle movement and the embrace of the natural world lies a profound sanctuary for both mind and brain, a powerful antidote to anxiety. This technique isn't about strenuous workouts. It's about honoring your body with mindful, low-impact activity and reconnecting with the earth beneath your feet. Gentle physical activity releases a cascade of beneficial neurochemicals. Endorphins, your body's natural mood elevators, flood your system, reducing feelings of pain and anxiety. Regular, gentle movement, such as walking, tai chi, or gentle yoga, also improves blood flow to the brain, enhancing oxygen and nutrient delivery vital for cognitive function. It stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, often called miracle grow for the brain, which supports the growth of new brain cells and strengthens existing ones. Paired with this, nature immersion, or a simplified form of Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, offers a unique healing balm. Studies show that spending time in green spaces reduces stress hormones, lowers blood pressure, and improves mood. The sensory experience, the rustle of leaves, the scent of fresh earth, the warmth of the sun grounds us, pulling us away from internal worries and into the present moment. Eleanor, in her younger days, had been an avid gardener and walker, but years of minor aches and the creeping fear of falling had confined her mostly indoors. The thought of exercise felt daunting, a chore to be avoided. Yet the video's emphasis on gentle movement resonated. She started small, with short, deliberate walks around her garden, then ventured to a nearby park. The first few times, it felt like an obligation. But as she continued, something shifted. The scent of blooming roses, the intricate patterns of tree bark, the simple act of putting one foot in front of the other began to awaken a forgotten joy. Her body felt less stiff, her sleep improved, and the world outside her window seemed less threatening, more inviting. This sanctuary of movement and nature became her quiet rebellion against anxiety, a rediscovery of vitality. To truly unlock the benefits of this sanctuary, consider these advanced practices. Engage in mindful walking, where every step is an act of awareness. Feel your feet connect with the ground,
Notice the swing of your arms and breathe in the surrounding air. This transforms a simple walk into a moving meditation. Embrace a personal form of forest bathing or Shinrin-yoku. It's not just about walking through nature, but being in nature. Find a quiet spot, sit on a bench, touch the bark of a tree, listen to the birds, smell the damp earth. Engage all your senses. You might also consider social movement, joining a senior walking group or a gentle exercise class. The added element of social connection amplifies the anxiety-reducing and brain-boosting benefits. Be mindful of these common pitfalls. Overexertion is a frequent mistake. Starting too intensely can lead to injury or discouragement. Begin slowly and gradually increase duration or intensity. Ignoring pain is another trap. Listen to your body's signals and consult a professional if discomfort persists. Don't view movement as a chore. Find activities you genuinely enjoy. If walking isn't for you, try gentle swimming, dancing, or chair exercises. Finally, staying indoors deprives you of nature's unique restorative powers. Even a few minutes on a porch or by an open window can make a difference.
Now, let's unveil the deeper mystery: how these three seemingly simple techniques, mindful breathing, cognitive reframing with gratitude, and gentle movement in nature, synergistically protect and enhance your brain health, especially as you navigate the journey past 65. Chronic anxiety is not merely a discomfort, it's a silent assailant on your brain. Persistent stress elevates cortisol levels, a hormone that, in excess, can shrink the hippocampus, the brain's crucial memory center, and impair the prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive functions like planning and decision-making. It also fuels neuroinflammation, accelerating cognitive decline. But here's the profound truth. By actively engaging in these practices, you are not just reducing anxiety, you are actively building a protective shield around your brain. Mindful breathing directly counters the cortisol surge, improving oxygenation to brain cells and promoting a state of calm that allows the hippocampus to flourish and new neural connections to form. Cognitive reframing and gratitude journaling aren't just about feeling better, they're about rewiring your brain. By consistently challenging negative thought patterns and focusing on positivity, you strengthen neural pathways associated with optimism, resilience, and problem-solving. This enhances cognitive flexibility and emotional regulation, making your brain more adaptable and less susceptible to the rigid patterns of anxiety. And gentle movement, particularly when immersed in nature, is a powerful catalyst for neurogenesis, the birth of new brain cells, and the release of BDNF, this miracle grow for the brain. Not only supports memory and learning, but also protects against age-related cognitive decline. The improved blood flow delivers vital nutrients, while the sensory richness of nature reduces mental fatigue and enhances attention span. Eleanor's transformation was remarkable. After months of integrating these practices into her life, the persistent fog in her mind began to dissipate. Her memory, once a source of constant frustration, felt sharper, more reliable. The what-ifs still arose, but she now possessed the internal tools to reframe them, to breathe through them, to walk them off. Her sleep improved dramatically, and with it, her energy and clarity. She found herself engaging in conversations with renewed vigor,
tackling small projects with confidence, and experiencing a profound sense of peace she hadn't known in years. The mystery of her mental decline had been replaced by the revelation of her brain's incredible resilience, its capacity to heal and thrive when nurtured with these profound yet accessible techniques.
We've journeyed through the hidden pathways to a calmer mind and a healthier brain. We've seen how Eleanor, like countless others, found profound relief and renewed vitality by embracing three powerful yet accessible techniques: the labyrinth of breath, mastering mindful breathing to calm the nervous system; the scroll of recollection, rewriting your inner narrative through cognitive reframing and gratitude journaling; and the sanctuary of movement, finding peace and brain-boosting power in gentle activity and nature immersion. These aren't just fleeting remedies, they are fundamental shifts in how you interact with your own mind and body, offering a sustainable path to reduced anxiety and a protected, thriving brain. Remember, the journey begins with a single step, a single conscious breath, a single moment of gratitude. You hold the key to unlocking a future defined not by worry, but by wisdom, serenity, and vibrant cognitive health.
Now, let's unveil the deeper mystery: how these three seemingly simple techniques, mindful breathing, cognitive reframing with gratitude, and gentle movement in nature, synergistically protect and enhance your brain health, especially as you navigate the journey past 65. Chronic anxiety is not merely a discomfort, it's a silent assailant on your brain. Persistent stress elevates cortisol levels, a hormone that, in excess, can shrink the hippocampus, the brain's crucial memory center, and impair the prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive functions like planning and decision-making. It also fuels neuroinflammation, accelerating cognitive decline. But here's the profound truth. By actively engaging in these practices, you are not just reducing anxiety, you are actively building a protective shield around your brain. Mindful breathing directly counters the cortisol surge, improving oxygenation to brain cells and promoting a state of calm that allows the hippocampus to flourish and new neural connections to form. Cognitive reframing and gratitude journaling aren't just about feeling better, they're about rewiring your brain. By consistently challenging negative thought patterns and focusing on positivity, you strengthen neural pathways associated with optimism, resilience, and problem-solving. This enhances cognitive flexibility and emotional regulation, making your brain more adaptable and less susceptible to the rigid patterns of anxiety. And gentle movement, particularly when immersed in nature, is a powerful catalyst for neurogenesis, the birth of new brain cells, and the release of BDNF, this miracle grow for the brain. Not only supports memory and learning, but also protects against age-related cognitive decline. The improved blood flow delivers vital nutrients, while the sensory richness of nature reduces mental fatigue and enhances attention span. Eleanor's transformation was remarkable. After months of integrating these practices into her life, the persistent fog in her mind began to dissipate. Her memory, once a source of constant frustration, felt sharper, more reliable. The what-ifs still arose, but she now possessed the internal tools to reframe them, to breathe through them, to walk them off.
her sleep improved dramatically, and with it, her energy and clarity. She found herself engaging in conversations with renewed vigor, tackling small projects with confidence, and experiencing a profound sense of peace she hadn't known in years. The mystery of her mental decline had been replaced by the revelation of her brain's incredible resilience, its capacity to heal and thrive when nurtured with these profound yet accessible techniques.
The secrets have been revealed. Now it's your turn to embark on this journey. Start with just one technique that resonates most deeply with you. Perhaps it's taking 5 mindful breaths right now, or simply noting one thing you're grateful for today. Share your experiences in the comments below. What hidden wisdom have you uncovered? Your insights could inspire someone else on their path. If this deep dive into anxiety reduction and brain health has illuminated a new path for you, please give this video a like, subscribe to CareWise Senior for more empowering content, and share it with someone over 65 who deserves to unlock their full potential. Your support helps us continue to unveil the pathways to a more fulfilling and vibrant later life.